So hi, and welcome to Under Our Skin Podcast. We're here today with Teresa Andrews from Venom Ink in Sanford, Maine. So how are you doing today, Teresa?
Hi, doing good. How are you?
Can't complain too much.
Nice.
So how are things going for you up in Maine?
Slow and steady. We're all just waiting, Everybody's just on standby, it feels like.
Has Maine been affected really by this coronavirus? I mean, I know you're kind of more sparsely populated state than some places.
Right. I don't know anybody who has it. I don't know anybody who's gone through it yet. From numbers and such like that, it seems as though there's not much going on up here yet. We still are the last ones to open up. And so it's very contradictory as to why. And, we're just confused, more or less, why other places are opening. And then here we are, we're a safe working shop and we're not allowed to open. So
that must be a little frustrating when in this situation we're in now, when you don't know anyone and you don't see anyone directly around you that's getting it, it makes it seem kind of like far off, like it's not really that real in your reality.
Right. In my immediate reality, it doesn't seem, like it just seems very, I don't know, sheepish in a way, I guess we're just being herded in a way, and we're almost like we're following different states, but we're not at the same time. Our governor is just doing her own thing. And it's hard to understand why she's doing what she's doing, and other states are opening, but, we seem to be the last, yet we have probably the least amount of cases. And, it's strange. Politics. Try to see it.
Yeah, it's funny how things work sometimes, I guess. Is there any light at the end of the tunnel in Maine? Like as of the date that we're taping this now, a lot of states have reopened to varying degrees. Some states are allowing tattooing again. Some are not yet, including Maine. Is there any tentative date set, or are you guys totally in the dark?
Our tentative date is July 1st.
Wow. That's pretty far off.
Yeah. Yeah. With New Hampshire opening, I believe it's June 15th, possibly, that they'll be opening. And so we're kind of hoping that we'll follow suit with that and be able to come back sooner. Same as New Hampshire, but it's still unclear as to what's going to be happening. And, everybody's, even nail salons and hair salons are kind of, not really, we're all very unsure. It's very unsure. It's a waiting game, because you wait until the date that you're supposed to open, and then something changes and you get pushed out again. Not really bidding on anything being exactly as it's said to be anymore.
Sure. I think in the way stuff has been going for all around the country during this situation is that everything is unknown, and the dates are set and they change, and everything is so fluid. You can't really peg anything down, definitely.
Right. Yeah. It's scary, not if you're not prepared, or people that are not prepared for situations like this, and that are trying to do things like sell art and whatnot. It's great that that's happening and people are supporting, but it's also a reality check. It's a huge reality check.
Yeah. The reality that the tattoo industry is not an industry set up to be slammed to a grinding halt.
Right.
That it's hard for you guys as artists to support yourselves, right? To stay in whatever, to keep to bringing home the bacon when you're not working. Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it makes you think twice of what happens if something bigger were to happen. Would we have to pick up a second career? Would we have to, how would we take on something that would just be part-time, like somewhere else? I mean, I don't know. It proposes a lot of questions. Definitely stuff that I've thought about for sure.
I know a lot of artists have been, taking commissions or selling artwork, or, doing art related things. And have you been doing anything like that in this situation?
Yep. I've definitely been designing a lot of things for some people, taking on some commissions for, dog portraits and so forth. Kind of getting into my own little thing. It's been a long time since I've been able to paint and create an actual physical piece of art versus a digital piece of art. And it's nice. It's nice. You finally get a little bit of breathing time and you're like, oh, this is great, And a couple weeks later, you're like, okay.
In theory, for a lot of tattooers, it's almost like a dream come true in a way to have time to work on your own stuff. You don't have to work on, the piece you're doing today or next week or whatever. And, you can work on your own art and, do your own thing. But I've spoken with a lot of artists who say they're just not able to, either get the inspiration or just get the oomph to get going when you're just sitting home all the time. And is that something that you've run into at all?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, big time. I mean, the first couple of weeks, just binge watching, like certain things here and there and kind of enjoying the freelance of doing nothing for once, just completely on a stay-at-home vacation almost, to get back to your own core, and to understand, like, okay, what's going on around me. And you try to stay into it, and you start designing things on the whim, and then it kind of gets boring after a while because you're like, okay, well, I want to do something else. So you start doing housework or you start gardening or you start, something else. And then you're like, okay, well, I'm done with this. Now what? And you just can't find like that point, where you just, you don't know what to do.
Too much of a good thing to have so much free time.
It's weird. It's, double-edged sword for sure.
Do you think when you get a set in stone date, you think you guys are going to go right at it? You say, wait, we can open July 1st and we're going to be open that day? Or you think you're still going to? We
all have pre-booked appointments, so we're just constantly rebooking people, putting them, as soon as we can get them back in, so anybody who has initially been scheduled, 3 months or 6 months ago for July 1st, they're just luck of the draw. And hopefully, I mean, if COVID affects them too, where they don't have the extra change anymore, or they lost their job or something like that, there's going to be a lot of open holes. We're not going to really know until we start calling people. Once we find out that the date is a true date, to be able to know, it's going to be a little wishy-washy, but there's a lot of people that are trying to get in, and just wanting to get tattooed because they got their stimulus check. And
well, what better way to spend a stimulus check or your income tax rebate or whatever than to get tattooed, right?
Right. It's not a bad thing, but yeah, it's going to be crazy. I think we're going to all be working a little bit of overtime, for sure, because we feel bad. I feel like a jerk when I have to rebook somebody and put them, back into fall or winter or something, and I feel it's unfair, but at the same time, what else can I do? Sure.
If there's any circumstances that, you don't really need to make an excuse for yourself for, this would probably be it.
Right. I mean, I really want to go back to work. We all do.
Along the lines of what you're just saying, is there a concern that a lot of people are going to not have the money to get tattooed after not working for 2, 3, 4 months, whatever it is for different people, that even though the desire is there to do it, the money's just not there?
Right. Probably. I mean, I have gotten a few emails from people that have already been pre-booked, letting me know, hey, I lost my job. I don't think I'll be able to make my appointment. And hopefully I get a lot of people letting me know ahead of time, instead, a little bit later. But so far we've been lucky enough to, be getting, some conversations from some people, but you never know. I mean, some people are just irresponsible with money and probably shouldn't be getting tattooed, but at the same time,
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'd be nice though. I think having like a break here and there, even if some people can't make their appointment, that we'll be able to have some holes, to not have to go straight into it and go balls to the wall, so it might actually work in our favor.
Are you worried about any kind of learning curve kind of going back, or like, being rusty going back? This is, this is probably the longest you haven't tattooed in a long time, right? Or ever?
Since I started, this is the longest. It's probably going to feel weird holding a machine again, like for a slight minute. I mean, I assume I'd be able to pick it up just like I do, with the other art projects and so forth, just gives you a second to remember like, okay, yep, this is what I'm doing. Get into the zone and go into it.
At my job, I'm an electrician in my real life. And
yes,
I have times, when I'm off sometimes for periods of time. And a lot of times when I go back, sometimes I start waking up early for a couple of days before I have to go back to get back into the time schedule. And, you know, sometimes when I'm out for a while, I feel like I haven't done it forever. I feel like I'm just learning how to do it when I go back, even though I've been doing it for over 20 years. But I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I started an art project a couple weeks ago now that I started and finished, and it was with chalk pastel, which is my normal medium of choice. If I can art in anything, it would be that. And just getting that set up and starting with it, I'm like, how do I do what? My fingers, right? And I smear it, you know? So it took me like 5-10 minutes to realize, you know, how I used to do it, how to do it, you know, get back into the vibe of it. But I mean, I don't think you ever really get, you know, it's just
like riding a bike, just need a couple minutes to get back into it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Definitely.
Well, you know what? I think that's good for us. I think we kind of covered what we're looking to cover here.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot, Teresa. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, no problem.
And, you know, good luck with your reopening to you and to the rest of the Venom staff. And so thank you so much, and take care, and good luck in the reopening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.